There we go. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday to you all. Welcome to everyone who's tuned in on the live stream around the country. So my name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 45 minutes with you. We're going to go through what this business is all about, a little bit of background on DuePoint, how it was founded, and then most importantly, the majority of the presentation is going to be spent on the benefit to you, because that's really why you're here. You want to know what is this business got in store for me. After the presentation, you're welcome to ask me any questions that you might have. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company in South Africa. We have been around for nearly 7 decades. We were founded in 1952. We've worked very successfully in the insurance space in South Africa. We don't deal typically with consumers like yourselves, but for the first time through DuePoint are we now directing our efforts towards the public directly. So you'll become a lot more familiar with this company and this brand. You might not have known it because Constantia's only typically dealt with other FSPs or financial service providers in the past. The FSP number that we operate under, so our license to operate in financial services, that's the license number that you see there. You can go onto the FSCA website, you can go onto our website, you can walk into our foyer and go look on the wall there. You will see all our Financial Services Board licenses on display. Credibility is certainly extremely important, especially when we are proposing a partnership or a collaboration. You certainly want to be able to trust the business that you're going to be considering. So go do a background check on us. You are welcome to check out our website, Constantia's website, the FSCA website. You'll notice that we are listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange too under a company called Conduit Capital. But it's very important that you start building a little bit of trust in this business if we are to create any form of relationship going forward. The senior managers and executives are these people up on screen. So the first 3 individuals are registered chartered accountants. They look after fairly important aspects in our business, which is regarding all the auditing requirements, our accounting requirements, our regulatory requirements, which is very important. Mr. Benfield is our senior executive, so he heads up DuePoint. He's got a lot of experience in financial services. He was the chief operating officer of Prime Meridian Direct, which has become a very successful short-term insurer that's based just down the road from us. His father, in actual fact, founded Clientele Life. So his father was the chief operating officer of Clientele Life. He founded the IFA, and that's kind of where Brendan had a wonderful introduction to financial services, having created a collaboration with network marketing. And so Brendan's got a lot of financial pedigree and experience. Myself and Jane were the 2 non-accountants. Jane is very experienced in the network marketing side of things, referral marketing, direct sales. She's been doing it pretty much all her career. She's from the UK, so she brings some international experience to our business. And then myself, I've been working in advertising pretty much all my career, which has spanned about 25 years now. I ran my own agency here in Johannesburg for 15 of those years. We also operated very much in the financial space. I did a lot of work for the big banks, particular to branding, digital branding, a lot of digital presence, especially for the likes of Investec. So that's the experience I come with to the team. But our mandate as staff of DuePoint is to support everybody that joins us here in this business. It is in our business interests to see that everyone that joins DuePoint is being effective, but most importantly that you guys become profitable as quickly as possible. Because if you become profitable, then I know that you're going to work even harder in this business. And ultimately, we just want people to be able to change their circumstance so that they are happier. Right? The only reason you're here is not really about the money, it's that you believe that the money will make you happier. And so if we can have a result where we've got happy people in this business, I think we'll have a great business, great relationship going forward. Very quickly, we kind of look at the circumstance that South Africans find themselves in currently with regards to personal finance. It's not a pretty picture. I guess this kind of plays into our hand because a business like this becomes a lot more attractive to the general public. Come in, guys, take a seat. So I'm not going to labor on too much. I would understand or make the assumption that people watching this presentation, you already have need in mind. There is some necessity where additional income would come into play, and that's the motivation for you. And really the motivation is about changing people's personal finance situation. Out of all of this negativity, DuePoint was born because 2.5 years ago we launched this business with a couple of aspirations in mind. And those aspirations are all focused around wealth creation. So one of the biggest aspirations we have for people in this business, before we can even start talking about wealth creation, is whether you are willing to try pay your debt off any faster than what you currently are. Right? I think a lot of people are in the position where they can't even consider paying your debt off faster. Most of us are just trying to keep our heads above water, right, in the current set of circumstances. But if you are able to start creating additional income, are you just going to use it to start spending more? Or will you aspire to getting rid of your debt completely? Because if you do decide to get rid of your debt, well, now what happens is you empower yourself to start creating real wealth. And I assume everyone in this room wants to be wealthy. Whatever that looks like for you, right? You cannot be wealthy if you owe other people money, right? And so one of our greatest aspirations, and you can align yourself with this aspiration, you don't have to. I'm not telling you how to spend your money, but what we're trying to achieve at DuePoint is this paradigm shift. We're trying to get people to think differently about money, because our business is not one that relies on once-off commission-based, sales-based income. We're not one of those businesses. We're a business that always talks about wealth creation. And so one of the lessons we want to teach people is get rid of your debt as quickly as possible. And I'll illustrate the power of that shortly. But if you can get rid of your debt, I want to say debit orders. That's the same thing, right? Imagine at the end of the month you didn't have any debit orders. You'd think there was something wrong with the bank, right? You phone the bank and go, why didn't all those debit orders go off? How many SMSs are we getting at the end of the month now? You only get 1 for your income and 20 for the debit orders. If we can change that, if we can get you to get 1 for your income, 1 for DuePoint paying your income, and nothing else, not a single debit order SMS. That is the journey to wealth creation. And that's what our business enshrines. When we talk about income in this business, it's not about once-off income. It's about recurring income here at DuePoint. And so those are the aspirations we have in mind for people in our business. How does this company work? How does this business work? How do you get involved? Basically, you decide to become what we call a wealth engineer here at DuePoint by joining DuePoint. That's what we refer to everyone as. And as a wealth engineer, you have a single task. So our dependency on you is for you to go out and tell other people about DuePoint. We are completely reliant on you guys to go grow our business out in South Africa's market. And when you do that, when you're able to tell people and connect other people to this business, and they ultimately become wealth engineers and product owners at DuePoint, that is you being successful in building what we call a channel of distribution. And this channel of distribution is like your baby. This is an asset that you get to build at DuePoint. And it's this asset that creates the additional income for you. Having an asset paying out income for you is actually an asset paying out what we call recurring income. Some people refer to this as passive income. You'll hear investors talking about creating annuity income, right? It's a very powerful form of income. It is the antithesis of salary. Your salary is active income. It is activity-based. It is reliant on time. If you don't go to work next month, you don't get paid. Right? So you can see how much your salary is reliant on your activity. If you build an asset, and the asset is what pays you, the asset doesn't disappear into thin air typically. And so if you spend October building an asset, this channel of distribution at DuePoint, and you don't come to work in November, you'll still get paid. Because the asset is where you derive your income from, right? And I'll illustrate with couple of our wealth engineers in the business that are doing just that. You get to harness the power of what we call the power of duplication. So this is very much a network marketing benefit. It is your ability, or should I say the luxury that you have to go out and find other people to help you build your channel of distribution. If you go out and find strong, reliable, resourceful people to help you build your channel of distribution well, then your recurring income will grow that much faster, right? That is something you definitely want to harness. You want to take full advantage of that benefit. Our business is flexi-time. It just means that you can do this business because of the technology that we've imposed here. It means that you're allowed to do this, or you have the opportunity to do this business, build your channel of distribution anywhere in the country at any time of the day, because our entire business runs off your mobile phone. That's all you need. a mobile phone and a mouth. If you've got those two things, you can do this business, all right? There's no startup capital. We don't have registration fees. We don't have starter kits. There's no boxes of product that you're going to go home with today. Did everyone bring a bucky today? Right? There are no boxes of products waiting for anyone in our foyer. We've designed the business to have a very low barrier to entry. That means it is easy and it has very little risk to get involved in this business. Why do we do that? Because we have full trust and confidence in our business that we don't have to do a smash and grab. You know these smash and grab businesses where they come tell you everything you want to hear on the stage, and then they say it's going to cost you 4,000 Rand to join. Because they know next month you're not going to be around. That's called a smash and grab business. We haven't done that. We've made this business so low risk that anyone can get involved in it. You can consider this business opportunity and get involved with DuePoint without any fear of losing anything. Right? That's very important. There's no qualifications or experience requirements in our business. Again, it becomes accessible to everybody. You get to build an asset that you have ownership over. People always think, when people consider their time valuable, time is valuable. So how are you spending your time? Are you spending the next 40, 45 years working for somebody else, making someone else rich, only to be told when you get close to 60 that you're getting retired early, or perhaps even sooner, you get told, oh, we're retrenching you. Or you get to retirement and you've got nothing to show for it. Is that having spent your such valuable time wisely? Spending time wisely is investing your time into building an asset that pays you even when you're in your 60s. That's spending time wisely. This business, because it's an asset that you have legal tender over, will carry on paying you through your 60s, through your 70s, through your 80s, and even upon your deathbed, you will get paid in this business. You will get to pass the wealth of the channel that you've built here at DuePoint onto your children or your spouse after you die. Because when you die, an asset doesn't disappear. And so you're building true wealth here at DuePoint. You can even sell your channel of distribution at any time, right? Because it's an asset that you own. So I'm hoping that people will start investing time into something where they know there is future sustainable value in the effort that you put into building something. There's no selling involved in our business, so we require absolutely no selling of you. You're not going to have to sell investment products or insurance products in this business. All you're tasked with is going out and telling people that a business opportunity exists. How many people do you know that want to make more money? That's like the entire population, right? That's all you're going to be doing. There is necessity, big necessity, out in the market. We have got a massive target market. You don't have to worry about running out of people to tell. But what you're going to be telling them is about the business opportunity here at DuePoint. There is no selling required from you. You don't have to tell people about any of our products. That is my job. I will do it. Your job is to get them to what we call press play. Press play so that they can see me in this intro presentation. Whether they come here or watch it on the live stream, or you've got our intro presentation on a USB stick, it doesn't matter how you do it. As long as you can get someone just to look at us for 45 minutes, I will tell them about the business opportunity, or at least the balance of what you haven't told them, and I will tell them about the products, right? And so those of you who don't like the idea of selling, there is no selling involved in our business. Right? The nature of our products at the same time are financial in nature. It means we don't have tangible issues related to those products. Like I said, there's no boxes of product in the foyer that you have to worry about. We don't have stock and distribution issues. We never run out of products. And so the convenience of the products themselves is a great benefit to the DuePoint system. But your success is reliant on your ability to build this thing that I keep referring to, this channel of distribution. What is it? What are we building here? So it begins with you. You become a wealth engineer and a product owner here at DuePoint, and now you're going to go out, and like I said repeatedly, you're going to tell other people about the business opportunity. So you might go up to 10 people, and out of the 10, half of them tell you, no, they're not interested. Stop talking. The other half say, oh, this sounds good. I want to get involved. I need money. DuePoint looks like a reliable, audited business. Let me give it a go. And so in this example, yes, you've got 5 people that become wealth engineers and product owners. That is the beginning of your channel of distribution. Because from that point, these people that you connected to DuePoint are going to go out and do exactly the same thing. This is the power of duplication that you want to harness. Of course you want to be the manager of many people, right? You don't just want to be the one employee, you want to be the manager. So you've got to picture yourself as the MD or the CEO. You are building, hopefully, a strong, I could refer to them as a board of directors, because that's how you have to think of it. People tend to become desperate in situations like this, and then they just let anyone join their business. Oh, if just someone can join, then I'm happy, right? Don't make that mistake. Bring in resourceful people that you think will thrive in this business. Because if you bring weak people in, I promise you your whole channel will be weak. It'll collapse every other month. If you bring strong people into your business, like you're building a real business, because this is a real business, then you will build a strong, sustainable business. And you want sustainability because you're building an asset that creates wealth in the long term. Right? And you'll hopefully be in a position, if you have a channel like this and you're being paid for every single product owner that you see on the screen every single month, you are at liberty to take holidays. You can take time off. You can become sick. You can be injured without worrying about risking all of your income because of those circumstances. Right? So this is what a channel of distribution looks like. This is what you're going to be building here at DuePoint. My warning to everyone that this business is difficult. Am I scaring everyone away? It's difficult. We've made it simple, but it's difficult. You can become a wealth engineer easily with very little risk, but to be successful is still difficult. I'm warning you now. Don't come to me afterwards in a month's time and say, oh, this business is difficult. It's difficult. You have to make a decision today of whether you think it is worth being involved in this difficulty to create wealth for yourself. Do you want to be wealthy that badly? That's the question always. Because a lot of other businesses outside of this company purport that becoming rich is easy. They are lying to your face. Has anyone tried to start their own business? Right? You try to start your own business, again, it's easy. You go to the registrar's office, you say, I'm starting a business, you pay 150 Rand, they say, well done. There you go to the business card shop, you print out business cards that say CEO, and you tell your friends you're the CEO of your new business. Becoming wealthy, making that business into success is a whole nother story, right? The odds are against you. They reckon only 5% of new businesses last to the 5-year mark. That's 95% of entrepreneurs that have given up. Fortunately, you get to partner with a business that creates all the systems, does the selling for you, has a proven track record, right? That's why you're going to have a greater chance of success here at DuePoint. But never think that becoming a professional, becoming wealthy, becoming successful is easy. You strip away the surface, that's what it looks like. If you are in here for some blood, sweat, and tears, you're in the right place. We're looking for fighters here at DuePoint. Not people that think, oh, I'm going to become rich by December because this is going to be easy. Right? It does not exist. This is my warning to everyone. No one's getting up to leave. Welcome to the club. All right. So that's my only warning. Don't worry about it. To our financial products. So we've got 4 products here at DuePoint. You are free to consider any one of these products. The products are designed with wealth in mind. The investment products are there to boost your asset value. Our insurance products are there to protect your assets. And then finally, we've got a product that is designed to lower your cost of living. All right. So our first product is the investment product. It's called Access Wealth. It's going to cost you 324 Rand every month, of which 100 Rand will be invested into a tax-free investment fund. And that resides with Sanlam. It's an actively managed fund. You've got free access to that fund. So there's no restriction or notice period on that. You can phone client service, say, I want to draw my funds out. It takes us 5 to 7 working days to complete the transaction. The money's in your account. And then on top of that, we give you a little bit of insurance with this investment to the value of 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So if you're killed in any form of accident, whether you shot, you're killed in a car accident, you slip in the shower, you fall off the roof, it doesn't matter what the accident looks like. If you're killed in any form of accident, we'll pay out your beneficiaries 120,000 Rand on top of the investment that you've created here with Access Wealth. So that is our investment product, product number 1. Our second product is strictly insurance. It's a personal accident death cover only. It's called Wealth Guard. It's going to cost you 249 Rand every month, but this time you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. The beauty of the personal accident death cover insurance products is that we don't profile your risk. So we don't ask what age you are, as long as you're over the age of 18. We don't ask you how old you are, how sick you are, whether you've got cancer in your family. We don't send nurses to come do tests on you. We don't do any of that. This product is the same for everybody. So it's $249 for everyone, regardless of your age and health. Anyone can take out this product, and that's why it's so accessible as an insurance product. So wonderfully accessible product. And then thirdly, we've got our family wealth product. This is our new funeral cover product. So it starts at 299 Rand a month, and you get 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It covers up to 5 additional family members, right? And it also gives you 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So if you're killed, we'll cover your funeral costs, and we will pay any debt that you have up to the value of 10,000 Rand. And then if you want to increase this cover, you can increase it up to 30,000 Rand. If you've got more family members or dependents, you can boost that to 10 family members. And again, we don't discriminate against anyone's health status or age. Anyone can partake in this product. The premium doesn't go up. The premium remains the same regardless of your age, regardless of your risk. Okay, so that's our funeral cover product, Family Wealth. And then lastly, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points is designed to lower your cost of living every month. Think about all the money you spend every single month. Do you spend money on groceries? Do you spend money on data? Do you spend money at restaurants? Yes, 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 yes. So what we've tried to do is we've approached a wide range of businesses to try cover that spectrum of typically what cost of living looks like. And we've gone to these businesses and negotiated discounts with them that we pass on to our Wealth Points members. So we've got data partners, always on Wi-Fi data. 1 gig costs 36 Rand instead of 100 Rand. We've got Shoprite Checkers, the biggest grocery chain store in the country. You get 2.5% off your entire trolley at Shoprite Checkers as often as you want to shop at Shoprite Checkers. So we've got a number of other online retailers. Hirsch is very popular. We've even got car manufacturers. Eagle Ford. I've just bought a new car from Eagle Ford. They gave me the same price I got quoted by another dealer 5 years ago. My friends don't even believe it when I tell them that, right? So you are guaranteed, if you go to any of those car manufacturers, whether you're buying a Range Rover or a Ford Fiesta, it doesn't matter. Irvin at Ford will even source any other car for you. You can say to him, I don't want a Ford, I want a BMW. He will find you a BMW and make sure you get the best price in the country. And this is how our Wealth Points program works. It's a balance between discounts and service that you get. If you want immediate benefit, Wealth Points is an awesome product to get. If you have any questions around the products, you're welcome to come ask me. But we've got a lot of information on the website. We've got in-depth reviews on each product on our website too, so you can really get stuck into it. But they're designed to be straightforward products. And you can change your product at any time here at DuePoint. We don't lock you into anything. Right? So those are the products. Very quickly, our business model. How does DuePoint work from a business model point of view? The biggest difference here at DuePoint in terms of our financial products and the business opportunity is that unlike traditional companies, we don't do any marketing or advertising. All the other insurance companies are spending a fortune on marketing and advertising every month, right? We've got a company up the road, Primary and Direct. They spend a fortune daily on advertising. At DuePoint, we don't spend a cent. Not 1 cent on marketing or advertising. Anyone seen a DuePoint advert? Heard it on the radio, seen a billboard, anything, right? No. Why? Because we rely on our wealth engineers to go out and tell people about DuePoint. That's where our reliance falls on you. That's why this partnership, this collaboration is so important to us. That's why we will support you in being successful here at DuePoint, because it's in our business interests, right? So this is a true collaboration because we're both heading in the same direction. And so we don't have to spend the billions that the insurance industry spends every single year on marketing and advertising. We take that portion of our budget and we give it to you, our wealth engineers, for the work you do in building your channels of distribution. Right? So there are 2 ways to earn here at DuePoint, the returns program and the rewards program. The returns program is the money that you make every single month. It is the recurring income that your channel of distribution will generate for you monthly. How does it work? We pay a base return fee of 27.50 Rand for every product that you have in your qualified channel, right? But that's dependent on where the product lies, right? The closer the product to you, the more you'll earn. The further the product gets away from you, the less you earn. So it works like this. On your first point is the people that you introduce to DuePoint personally, right? You will always put people that you introduce to DuePoint on your first point. And on your first point, we pay you 55 Rand for every product every month. When those people go out and connect other people to DuePoint who pay their products, that product lies on your second point. And again, you get paid 55 Rand. So now you can imagine, if you've got 10 people on your first and second point, you're earning 550 Rand every month. If you've got 100 people on your first and second point, you're earning 5,500 Rand every single month going forward, right? This is how it works. And then as the product gets further away from you, the bigger your channel starts to grow. If you've harnessed that power duplication nicely, your channel will keep growing, and all the way down to the 8th point, you see the multiplier then starts to reduce as that product gets further away from you. But we don't limit you to 0.8. That's why there's a little plus sign next to 0.8, because we will carry on paying you 4% from 0.8 in theory to infinity. We've got wealth engineers that have gone through the 30 points in their channel mark already. In the space of 2 years, they've done that. There's no limitation on the size of your channel here at DuePoint. There's no limitation to how much money you can earn at DuePoint. That onus falls squarely on your shoulders. You want a bigger channel? Push harder for longer. Simple as that. So that's the mechanics of the returns. But everyone wants to know, when are they going to be rich? We had a lovely intro presentation last night. One of the questions where we allow our wealth engineers to stand up and ask really tough questions in the business that Brendan answers, so you can go watch that video. It's on YouTube. And one of the questions was, how quickly does it take to make real money at DuePoint? What does real money mean? What is real money? 1,000 Rand? 10,000 Rand? 1,000,000 Rand? I don't know what real money is. But anyway, Brendan answered the question as best as he could. And this slide does the same thing. This will give you an idea of how much money you can earn with DuePoint over a certain amount of time. So what we did was we built this projection over the next 5 years. It is based on certain activity. So the activity is bring 3 people in your first month and 2 people every other month thereafter. So 3 people in October, and then you're going to bring 2 in November, 2 in December, 2 in January. And if you can do that for 5 years, keep bringing 2 people every month, you can expect to be earning these numbers. After 6 months, you'll be earning about 2,500 Rand a month. Now, who would like 2,500 Rand in their back pocket right now, today? Lucky lunchtime presentation. Rob's giving 2,500 Rand to everybody who's come to DuePoint today. Would that make you happy? Now, my question is, sorry, it's only a hypothesis. My question is to you, how long, if I gave you that 2,500 Rand, how long would it last? It's Friday lunchtime today. You put it in your handbag or your wallet or your back pocket, or you hide it somewhere. How long is it going to last, realistically? Think about this quickly. 2 hours. Where are you going afterwards? A week. Has anyone here thought about paying their debt off a little bit faster with that money? Or have you thought about how to spend that money? You got excited, right? Okay. And this is exactly how I think too. It's exactly how I think. We think like consumers. And consumers are generally indebted. If you are someone that wants to stop being a consumer and someone that starts focusing on wealth creation, well, you need to start thinking differently about money. So I'm going to illustrate it to you. 2,500 Rand, you can spend it in a week. Spend it in 2 hours, right? It's easy to spend money. It's the easiest thing in the world. But if you take that 2,500 Rand and you decide to pay your debt off a little bit faster, there is more value in the 2,500 Rand than the 2,500 Rand. So here, example, here's someone with a 1 million Rand bond, right? They owe the bank 1 million Rand for the property that the bank financed for them, and they agreed to pay the bank back over 20 years. At prime plus 2, they're paying 11,500 Rand to the bank for 20 years before they become a homeowner. But they joined DuePoint at the same time. And 6 months later, with some success, they're earning now 2,500 Rand a month in recurring income. And instead of spending the money, they decide to put that 2,500 Rand into their bond payment. They pay it to the bank every month. The net result of that is that it doesn't take you 20 years to pay that property off. It takes you 11.5 years. And you've just saved yourself about 900,000 Rand in interest that you would have paid to the bank. Because the bank is charging you over 20 years 2.5 times the value of the asset. Pay your debt off faster. You can save yourselves hundreds of thousands of rands. We don't realize it because we never look beyond the payment we need to make at the end of the month. We need to stop living month to month and start thinking long term. This is a 5-year plan for you. At month 12, you're earning in excess of 100,000 Rand in annual recurring income. Imagine coming to DuePoint every Christmas, just before we close the doors. You come to DuePoint on the 17th or 18th or 19th, no, maybe it's the 21st, 22nd of December, and we write out a 100,000 Rand check for you to go home with in December. Not once off, every December for the rest of your life. That's 12 months away. 12 months of work, dedication. Hard work, remember? Go back to that warning slide. He said hard work. You keep going. At month 24, you're earning nearly 30,000 Rand a month in monthly recurring income. Month 36, you're close to 50,000 Rand a month. Month 48, so 4 years from today, close to 70,000 Rand a month. Tell me when I lose you. And month 60 months of connecting 2 people every single month into this business without fail will get you close to 1 million Rand in annual recurring income. Throw your 100,000 Rand check away and say, please put an extra 0 on for me this Christmas. That's where 5 years of this business can take you. Doing 2 people every single month. People have the misconception that to be successful in a business like this, you need to bring 10, 20, 30, 100 people. You hear it all the time. People come to me afterwards. Oh, I've got a church. There's 10,000 people there. I want to get them all. Right? That never works. Our business doesn't require that. Your success, wealth creation doesn't require that. It requires 2, 3 people every single month. It is so doable if you have the patience to push for 12 months in a row, 2 years in a row, 3 years in a row. But you can argue with me and say, Rob, this is just numbers. It's a theory, it's a formula that you put up onto screen, right? You keep going, I'm going to be richer than Bill Gates by year 60, right? And that's not far from the fact. So I'm happy for you to argue that point with me. But we've got wealth engineers that are doing this business for 2.5 years already. And they've shown what is possible in our business. And we bring them up onto stage every single month and we allow them to give their testimony, free of any input from us. We tell them, come up and tell us the good stuff and the bad stuff in this business, right? And so you're free to go onto our YouTube channel. There must be 100 testimonies on our YouTube channel. So here, this month, we got 3 people, starting with Sandra. Sandra joined us 2 years ago. She's got a very interesting story. She did this business for a few months, and then she stopped doing the business. In other words, she became completely inactive. What happens if you become completely inactive at work? There we go. 2 written warnings and then a dismissal, right? Simple as that. But because we don't pay Sandra for her activity, we pay Sandra for the channel that she built. We pay her for the asset she built. We paid her even while she was inactive. So she's earned over 21,000 Rand. She was completely inactive for a year. For the last year, she's only joined us back in the last 3 months or so. We still paid her 5,600 Rand while she was, we didn't even see her. That is the power of spending your time building an asset instead of chasing activity-based income. We've got Casper and Madeleine, similar story. They joined 2.5 years ago. They had great success in the beginning, right? They were like one of the superstars. Casper did a very good thing. He brought in some very strong people on his first point, right? So his channel value is sitting at over 7,000 a month currently. We've paid him nearly 50,000 Rand. He's won iPads and iPhones. He's got 527 people in his channel. He's got 13 points. That's the size of his channel. It is big. But he disappeared. He also disappeared. Did he earn while he was gone? Yes. So he had some issues with belief in himself. He thought he couldn't do the business. He thought it was too hard. But all of a sudden, at the beginning of 2018, he had a change of attitude, a change of mind, a change in belief. And he got stuck back into the business. He went from rank 2 to rank 5 in the last few months. His income doubled. Whose income doubled in the last 6 months? Anyone? We're lucky if we get 3%, right? That's the average currently, 3% increase annually. And he took control again of his income. Right? We didn't chase him away. We didn't cancel him out. We still paid him while he's inactive because we paid him for the 527, not for his activity. Then we got Lynette. Lynette is testament to hard work and endurance. 2.5 years she's been in the business. The value of a channel sitting at over 16,000 a month. Whew, wouldn't you love to just have suddenly extra 16,000 a month coming into your bank account? 2017, her business did not move. It didn't move. I don't know why it didn't move. She was still pushing. She was trying everything. She was having meetings with us once a month, coming from Vanderbijl Park here, having meetings, saying, what am I doing wrong? We looked at everything. But then suddenly in 2018, it just took off again. People think that the journey to success is the straight line. It never is. Anyone that tells you it's a straight line is lying to you. They've never tried it before. It is like this. And that's why I say endurance and hard work is so important, right? Because if you keep enduring, you will find the next hill, the next peak. And Lynette's done exactly that. She went from rank 3 to rank 7. This will make more sense to you a little later. In the last few months, her income has doubled. She's got nearly 2,000 people in her business. That 16,000 is going to double in the next 4 or 5 months. Keep pushing. And you can do it. Lynette's a pensioner in Vanderbijl Park. If a pensioner in Vanderbijl Park can do this business, anyone can do the business, right? I'm not discriminating against pensioners or Vanderbijl Park. We've got thousands of people joining this business every single month. Our system is identical for everybody. Zero favor for any wealth engineer. The system is the same. But yet we have all these wealth engineers doing different things in the business. Everyone is running a different race. I often compare our business to Comrades Marathon. I like sporting analogies. The people that think they're going to sprint the first kilometer, we find them sitting next to the road at kilometer 2. The decision in this business is not about what you want. Deciding what you want is easy. Do you want 10,000 Rand a month? Yes. Do you want 100,000 Rand a month? Yes. Do you want to be a millionaire? Yes. Do you want to be wealthy? Yes. It's easy to say yes to everything that you want. Is it easy to be accountable to spending time in this business every single week for the rest of your life? That for me is the decision. Practically, how do you fit DuePoint into your life if you want what is on the table? The table is here with everything on it. You just have to get up and decide what you want off of it. But it requires this accountability, right? So you think, okay, well, how do I get started in this business? Getting started is very straightforward. You can become a wealth engineer in 5 minutes. You'll get emails from us, SMS, here's your wealth engineer number, congratulations. It doesn't mean anything. You have to start applying yourself to this business. I want you to think that you've just put your entire family's lives at stake by getting involved in this business, because then you would take the business seriously. You have to give it 100% commitment if you really want to see what potential you have here at DuePoint. So apply yourself. Go watch the training. It's for free. All the training sits on YouTube. Set goals for yourself. This gives you direction in our business. What do you want? 10,000 Rand a month after 12 months? Well, I'll tell you, to get there, you have to be putting 2-3 people in every month. How many people do you have to speak to for 2-3 people to say yes in the business every month? That's the number you have to worry about. If you have to speak to 10 people every month to get 3 to say yes, that's your number. Your number is 10, and it's the only number you have to worry about. Don't worry about whether people say yes or no. You cannot control that. So don't lose sleep over yeses and nos. If you get no's, you say next. If you get yeses, you say thank you. Next. You just keep going. 10 people. You only have to speak to them. That's all you have to do. It's the only metric you have to worry about in our business. Get the merchandise. If I sit down at a meeting, let's say I stood up here today. There's no DuePoint logo there. On the building, there's no DuePoint sign. You come in, there's no receptionist. There's no merchandise in the cabinet. You come in, I'm here in my rugby shorts and my vest. And my hair is all a little bit funny. What are you going to think of me? So why would you join a business and not represent the brand as best as you could? Why don't you have business cards? Why don't you at least have a pen or a notepad? When you sit down and you say to somebody, I've got a business that I believe in, that I think can be beneficial to you, but no one gets the merchandise. These are tools, branding tools that will help you connect people more successfully, because every transaction is based off of trust. And if people look at you and they go, this person doesn't even believe in the business they're a proponent of, I don't really trust them. So consider getting the merchandise. We can send it anywhere in the country. You just phone head office, put in your order, we will send it anywhere in the country. Join our Facebook page. We're very active on Facebook. YouTube channel's got all our videos on there, from testimonies to training to tips on how to do the business. Everything is there. We've got about 500 videos. But more importantly, that camera that you see in the corner here facing me, it is broadcasting nationally to the entire country 8 times a week. 8 times a week. That's 8 real live opportunities that you have to build your channel anywhere in the country every single week. That's what we do for you. You can phone someone up. I'm going to make sure everyone's going to phone someone up in Eastern Cape. Do you know people in Eastern Cape? Anyone know anyone in the Eastern Cape? Do you know anyone who you think knows someone in the Eastern Cape? You're going to phone those people today and say that DuePoint is going to Port Elizabeth tomorrow. Because all you have to do, because of our YouTube platform, is phone someone, say, click on the link, watch the video, I'm going to phone you afterwards to see what you think. They'll either say yes or no. That's the worst that can happen, right? They say no, you say next. Download the mobile app. This is a business in the palm of your hand. You can run your entire DuePoint business from your mobile phone. So make sure you do these 3 things in addition to joining. Then on to our rewards program. The rewards program is the cherry on top here at DuePoint. Who would like a free car? Not a go-kart, a car. Who would like to go on holiday every single year for free with your family? That's all hiding here behind this rewards program. How does the rewards program work? It works like this. Once you become a wealth engineer, you will start out as a rank 0 wealth engineer. 0, because you've done nothing. But once you start applying yourself to this business, once you start doing wealth engineer things like connecting people, watching the intro presentation, coming to training, you will start earning things like experience points, CXP. To get to rank 1, you need 1,000 XP. You can do that in 30 seconds. You need 4 products in your qualified channel. And when you meet those 2 criteria, bang, you suddenly become rank 1, and we give you a 55 Rand reward at the end of the month, once off. It's not recurring, it's once off, on top of that money you're earning every month. You're now on the board. But more importantly, you've just proven to yourself that you can get to any rank. You want the car's waiting for you. You want the holiday's waiting for you. You want 50,000 Rand check, the check is waiting for you. The only thing that separates you from getting to any rank in our business is time. That's all. It's just whether you are able to endure and be patient enough to get there. Because the rank 1s are doing the same thing the rank 20s are doing. They're just speaking to those 10 people a month, and 2 or 3 are joining. It's as simple as that. And then as you start to rank up, there are rewards, which are tools that help you build your channels more effectively. We've got fancy business cards. We talk about the importance of branding and first impressions. These business cards that we get manufactured for our rank 7s cost us 12,500 Rand for 1 set of cards. When you throw one of those business cards on the table, there's no ink on the business cards, there's only gold. The gold will blind the person that you're meeting. Your business card is 100 times more expensive than the CEO of Anglo American's business card. What does that say about credibility when you go to a meeting like that and you can throw a card like that on the table? Guys, the credibility counts. It counts. At rank 9, we take you and your family to our rank 9 international conference every single year for the rest of your life. All expenses paid trip. Business class flights there and back. It's a 5-star luxury resort that we get to enjoy for 7 days every single year. Imagine your children growing up not knowing what economy class is on a plane. They say, Mommy, who are those poor people squashed in the back? Then you've got to explain to them. Right? That's the luxury. So take a look at our rank 9 trip. This is what we experienced last year. We are weeks away from our next trip, and everyone is or has the ability to get to rank 9. Everyone.
When all of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sound where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood
So that's rank 9. You get to decide how quickly you want to get to rank 9. We had one gentleman get to rank 9 in 5 months. Another couple took a year. A lot of the other wealth engineers took 2 years to get there. If you're doing 3 plus 2, it's going to take you 2 to 3 years to get to rank 9. And it's waiting for everybody. Every single person in this room can get to rank 9. Whether you believe it or not, I believe it. Because it's possible, right? Regardless of where you come from, how educated you are, the corporate experience you have or don't have, it doesn't matter. It's accessible to everybody. 2 ranks later, we buy you a brand new car, free. We spend R250,000 buying you a car. We pay for it cash. We put it in your name, and it's done. No T's and C's, no big DuePoint stickers. You can quit DuePoint the next day. The car's yours. Because it's not a prize. It's what you've earned for yourself. Our rewards program goes up to rank 28. People have done this in 2 years. Once you're driving around in a car with no debit order at the end of the month, you're only getting started at DuePoint. You're going on a millionaire's holiday every single year. By rank 14, you're going on 2 trips a year, business class, all expenses paid trip. Every single year, you're going to feel like a millionaire. But you're on a journey where you're going to become a millionaire. The purpose of the trips is to give you understanding of where you are headed with DuePoint. We've got more opportunity for the balance of the year, more work planned for everybody at DuePoint. Even our public holidays, we say public holidays are the days we work the hardest on, right? So we've got our national encounters planned. You can see the destinations and the dates. I asked everybody if they knew anyone in the Eastern Cape. Why? Because tomorrow we're going to Port Elizabeth. DuePoint is going down there. We've hired out a fancy venue. I think we're pretty much fully booked, but I think we're able to put more people in. So if you don't have anyone going to that encounter in Port Elizabeth, today's the day that you're going to make that happen. The only thing you have to do is make a list and phone people. When that person says no, you say, well, don't you know anyone that might benefit from this business? And they'll give you 2 or 3 names. It's just about names. That's all you need in this business is names, whether they say yes or no. And if you can get people at every encounter, by December, you will have a national channel, a business that is national, without any expense to yourself, except a little bit of airtime, perhaps. And that's how easy this business is. So make note of these dates, because these are little markers towards success, towards wealth, towards financial freedom in this business. So my invitation to everybody is, do not write 2018 off. There is still lots of opportunity left in 2018. Who's written 2018 off and gone, oh, 2018 has been horrible? No one's admitting to it. I know in your head you've already gone, 2018, I'm finished with 2018. 2019 is going to be my year. I'm telling you, you can still make 2018 your year, because we've got 3 months of opportunity. Do you know how many people you can speak to in 3 months? I guarantee you, you will be wealthier this December than you were last December. Who's scared of petrol going up again next month? Because it is going up. I guarantee you it's going up. Go look at the crude price. Crude oil. It's gone up and up and up and up and up. It's gone up $10 in the last 3 weeks already. We haven't got that pricing yet. It's still coming to visit us in November. I'm hoping you can say, it doesn't matter. I've got more people in my channel in November, so I'm getting more from DuePoint. Our business is about mitigating financial risk. Don't wait for crisis before you suddenly go, I need something extra. Make the something extra before that crisis arrives. That is my invitation to you. Come try DuePoint with no risk involved in this business. The only thing we ask you is time. Start sacrificing a little bit of time every week for this business and see where it can take you. So I sincerely wish everyone has a prosperous 3 months, hopefully with a business partnership in mind. Nonetheless, good luck to everybody. If you have any questions, come speak to me afterwards. Free to answer anything that you have. Otherwise, have a wonderful 3 months, a good weekend, good Christmas. Thank you, guys.